Hi guys, so following on from this series, if you like, is it a series now? I'm getting loads of requests as different topics around the same area, so I'm trying to kind of address each topic within a video and trying at the same time. I know it doesn't look like I'm trying because every single video I have is like 20 or 30 minutes long, but I am trying to make them kind of concise, probably because like I do intros like this that are going on and on and on. That's why they're probably not becoming concise, but anyway, I'll get right into it. This is a video. This is basically a how-to Muslim dating. Can you imagine if like a haram police was doing this video? Like, how to Muslim dating? Don't. Just don't. Wait for your mama to find you a man. Sit tight. No, so basically this is whilst kind of showing my experience with Muslim online dating. Go through the do's and don'ts. This is going to be specific to online dating, because I don't know anything else. I don't know how to find someone face to face because I'm so socially awkward. No, I do not know. Like, I have met people like that, but I don't know. My husbands have all been through online, whether it's Tinder, Minder, or just MSN. So they've all been online. So I think I've mastered that now. I've noticed a lot of non-Muslim girls that are watching my videos are finding some use of it or are kind of relating, which is amazing. By all means, I know I refer to Muslim. My videos are literally for anyone that can relate to them, and like really like duck boys, and we're going to call them duck boys instead of boys because apparently I need to wash my language. I just thought that was like the actual, like I didn't know they were called anything else. If there was a different word other than that, I'd use it, but I don't know another word but that. So we're going to go with duck boy right now. So obviously duck boys are universal to any religion, you know, culture, whatever you are. If you're a girl, you may have experienced or are at risk of experiencing a duck boy. So basically my videos are just to kind of help you avoid them. Even this dating thing, yes, it's for Muslim dating, but it is just general dating advice, I mean, at the same time. So the first thing is, if you are at the point where you've decided now that you want to start online dating, you know, or just kind of like, not even necessarily dating, just kind of just see what's there. Like, you know what, yeah, my mum's gonna find me someone, but let me just see what's out there. Like, what's there, you know, what's there. So in case, you know, whether you're there or whether you actually do want to start online dating, you know, in the pursuit to find your husband, whatever it is that led you there, the underlying reason would be that you are, you know, very much wanting to be in a relationship, you know, very much wanting to find a partner. The first don't is, do not start dating if you are in the slightest desperate to have a husband, you're desperate to be in a relationship. If any of those apply to you, just stop. This is not the time that you should be looking for someone. I'm sorry, I will keep telling you this and I will say it again and again and again. The minute you are desperate to be in a relationship, the minute you're desperate to be loved, the minute you're desperate to be married, that is the exact moment in time that your standards would have dropped so far down, like to the Earth's equator. And the sad thing is, you wouldn't even realise. And at that exact moment is the same moment that all the decent guys that you would normally want for yourself, they'll literally like skedaddle, and like all they'll leave is this puddle of shit, which we will now refer to as the duck boy. So when that's basically your sea of men, imagine like, you know, water. You know, there's a difference between mineral water and like literally river water. That's what we're working with. So the minute you're desperate, just always remind yourself. So when every time you're about to talk to a guy, every time you want to go dating, the minute you know from yourself, and no one can tell you that. I can't tell you you're desperate to be in a relationship. I can, but I won't ever really know. It's just me guessing. But you know, everyone knows deep within themselves, ask yourself, am I desperate to be in a relationship? Do I think I'll be happier if I'm in a relationship right now? Do I really, really want to find a man right now? Is that a priority in my life right now? If you answer yes to that question, in that moment, you need to excuse yourself from this entire thing called dating because that is the very moment that you will be susceptible to receiving advances from these dark boys. It's demolished the quality of your prospective partners. It's almost as if you're going into dating with that mentality, it's almost as if you went in and you saw this like sea of men of all walks of life, you know, from the good, the bad, the ugly, the really ugly, the ones only mothers could love, everything. And it's almost as if you went in and you were like, you know what, this doctor's amazing, this decent guy's amazing, this guy that's not jealous is amazing, this guy that's, you know, kind, that's amazing, this guy, every single like guy in that sea or in that pool of men. I don't know where this pool is. Can someone let me know where this pool is? We can all go swimming there. No, I'm joking. Every single guy here, you've essentially picked them up and you've removed from your pool that's available to you. And all you've left is the shirt. And that's what you have to select from. So of course, when you're surrounded with all this crap, one crap is gonna seemingly be better than another crap. But actually, in the bigger picture, both of them are crap. And they're both things that you would not normally consider. But actually, compared to each other, yeah, this is better than this. But actually, both of them are like nothing in comparison to the ones that you removed out of your pool. So always remember that. That is one of the most important things. I swear to God, if you actually, and it's very, I know, it's so much easier said than done. If you're able to master this, and like, even to this day, even I can't master it. Like, it's so difficult. You say to yourself, you know what? I know myself. I know I'm really desperate to be in a relationship right now. I know I'm so desperate to be loved. Forget being in a relationship. I'm so desperate to be loved. You know, I can't date right now. I need to just take a step back and just focus on other things. Just distract myself with other things. Distract myself with work, with family, with friends, anything and everything, but not finding a man. It's so difficult. It's so much easier said than done. But if you're able to master that, I promise you, your entire experience with finding a husband will improve to lengths you will never ever imagine. I promise you that. Okay, I'm going to give you, and also, I mean, the easiest thing to remember is, you know, things happen, relationships especially, they happen when you least expect them. When you're looking for them, they won't come, or they will come, but in the most crappiest form, in the form of dark boys. But if you're not looking for them, they will come to you when you least expect it. This happened to me twice. Both my last relationship, the fiance I recently broke it off with, and my late husband. I don't know if I've ever spoken about this before, but my late husband, I had gone through a year of experiencing, you know, the crap of all these duck boys, and you know, and then the last of which was a guy that was speaking to him for about 2 weeks. This is exactly how it went. So I experienced this negative thing where this guy, whatever, you know, he stopped replying to me or ignored me, whatever it is, he did something, okay? Let's just leave my embarrassment to myself, please, thank you. He did something on said day, okay? That same day, I went out with my friend and I sat down, we were chilling shisha, and I was like to her, oh my God, that is it, I'm done. I'm done with guys. I am not even gonna think about guys ever again. Like, that is it. That's the last of my priorities. I'm gonna focus on my work. I'm gonna focus on my business. That's gonna be my priority. And if by the time, at that time I think I was 27 at the time, I was like, if by the time I'm 30, I haven't found someone, you know, when I say found someone, I mean God's brought someone into my life. At 30, I'm gonna make the decision to adopt an orphan, and you know, raise that on my own. That's my plan. So my plan was my business and a baby at 30. Okay, a baby through adoption. I was thinking to myself, you know what, there are so many children that are orphans. They have no parents, they have no mother, they have no father. I'm sure I'll get, you know, thawab from God for, you know, giving them mothers when they have none. That was my plan. The exact next day, not even 2 weeks later, a week later, you know, a couple of days later, the next day, I was still obviously signed up to these apps. This was Tinder. I hadn't gone through the process of deleting my profile yet, but I had made that decision mentally. I was like, I don't want anything else. Like, honestly, I felt it in my bones. That, like, that decision, when you make it, you feel it in your bones. If you don't feel it in your bones, you've not made it. You're just lying to yourself. Like, yeah, I don't want a guy. And every single guy that walks past is like, hey, no, notice me, please, love me. So, I, at that point, felt it in my bones. The next day, I received a message on this app from my late husband. A series of events that played out in the next couple of days, from day 1 from day 1 to day 10. Day 10 is when I had my nikah. It was just literally from God. Like, honestly, I describe it to my close friends, like, it's just very unbelievable. It's a very, it's not like anything can happen. Like, what are the chances you get a husband from Tinder? Like, Minda, I can possibly get my head around it, because to some extent they're Muslim. Tinder, like, literally the app was made to fool around. I did not sign up to it, by the way, thinking it was to fool around. Just disclaimer there. I actually signed up trying to find an open-minded husband. Being the naive person that I am. So what are the chances that you get a husband from Tinder? There's just no chances. That was just further proof to me. This was God's plan. Like, literally, he literally shoved it in my face when I least expected it. This was a day after I decided no more men. Okay? God brings this guy into my life. Get married within 10 days. Live together, move in together, What happens 10 months later? I've got my business and I've got a baby, no husband, because obviously he passed away. Literally, what I asked for that day, that I said no man, I just want to focus on my business, I want to have a baby. Fast forward to me now, that's what I have. Like, honestly, the Lord really works in a mysterious way. You have to leave it with his time. It's the most important thing. Anyway, I digressed again, as usual. But the important thing here is do not date if you are desperate to be in a relationship. That's one of the most important things. Like, stand alone. If you had that, you'll be fine dating. Honestly, you'll be absolutely fine. Okay? The next thing is, do not, when you're talking to guys, do not be afraid to be a bit blunt, to be a bit short with guys. You don't need, go above and beyond to make sure the guy doesn't think you meant something else than what you actually meant. Like, look, the right guy, look, honestly, it all comes back to the same thing, God's plan. If it's God's plan for this guy to be with you, really, no matter what you say, if he is taking a liking to you, he's taking a liking to you. For instance, my fiance, he's told me on several occasions that he's never in his entire life waited for someone more than 10 minutes. And this isn't for girls, because he would never wait for a girl for like even a couple of minutes. Like, if someone's late, someone's late. I think he finds it very disrespectful. He's told me even in business, situations where it's a business meeting and it's obviously materializing into something that's business, that's going to make him money, that's going to benefit him. Even in that situation, if someone's more than 10 minutes late, he'll walk away. For my first date, brace yourselves, I was 2 hours late. 2 hours late. Okay? I just realised I was actually 2 hours late for my late husband's first date. My first date with my late husband as well. It's not like a habit. But just to show you what a guy would put up with when God is pushing him in that direction. And God will push him in that direction if he wants you to be with that person. If he doesn't want you to be with that person, that guy might just walk up like, you know what, she's late, I'm going to go. I'm not going to sit and wait around. That is God's way of kind of filtering out what's not meant for you and keeping what is meant for you. So don't ever think to yourself, oh, I have to do this to make sure he doesn't think that, or don't. Just be yourself. If you're sarcastic, if you're a bit short, if your humour's a bit weird, if you're, a bit, socially awkward, whatever it is that you are that's specific to you, that's made you who you are, that's unique to you, leave it, like, keep it. Do you know why? Because you want a guy that's going to love that. You want a guy that's going to understand that, and you're going to want a guy that's going to stay with that. You don't want to change or tweak yourself to get the attention of a guy that would have never ever actually gone for the real you, so to speak. So that's the second thing. Was that second or third? I don't know, I lost count. But don't change yourself in this quest to try and find suitors. Don't, even tweak yourself. Just be you, be the real you. Which apps? Okay, so I know there's loads of apps now. You know, whether it's single Muslims, whether it's Shadi, whether it's Minda, whether it's Muzmatch, whatever it is. You know, I can't speak for single Muslims or Shadi because I've never tried them. If you guys have tried them, if you had a positive experience, negative experience, drop it in the comments box for other girls to benefit. But for me, I've tried Minda and Muzmatch. Minda, at the time of making this video, like, and obviously the last time I used it was months ago, my experience with it was not great. The quality of men on Minda is very, very, you know, it's honestly the low of the low. You know, I feel like, so to speak, you know, whether you like it or not, with online dating, everyone there has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody. The fact that they're online dating, even myself, like, I have my own issues, you know, my insecurities, whatever it is that I'm doing. Everyone there has a chip on their shoulder. They've got an issue with them that's wrong. You're going to have to go in with that notion, you know, but some issues are better than others, some issues are worse than others, and some issues you can put up with, others you can't. With Minda, you know, not only, I think both had Muzmatch and, because I tried both, Muzmatch and Minda, both had, you know, a selection of men that had chips on their shoulders, of course, with as always with online dating. But Minda, I felt, had a lot more sleazy. It's sleazy in that, you know, there's no "you're a Muslim girl." It's literally as if it's, you know, normal westernized dating. Like, these people are very, very open to one night stands. Not that I've been offered that or anything like that on Minda, but you can see where it's going. Obviously, you shut it down ASAP. Basically, you know, out of the two, Minda and Muzmatch, both, I mean, if you really want to try one, I'd recommend trying Muzmatch. Minda, I found the selection of people just to be very, very sleazy. Generally, they are more sleazy. Like, I feel like with Minda, it genuinely is Tinder. And the only difference is the people, the users are Muslim. It's not a Muslim dating thing. Yeah, it's kind of styled as that, but I would like visit my Instagram and start talking about my figure and like, oh yeah, you're this, or it's just not stuff that you'd expect from a Muslim man. So with that, that's what I found my experience with Minda, and I really didn't like it. So I would just shut pretty much everyone down there. Muzmatch was a bit better, you talk to people, but the chances are of finding dry people on Muzmatch is a lot higher. That's all it is. Okay, that's in terms of what apps to use and whatever. And obviously, if you've experienced other apps, drop them in the comments just to help other girls, you know, if that's the route they're taking, just to help them select what apps are good. Okay, the next thing is don't put up with shit. Don't put up with crap. And what I mean by that is don't accept anything indecent. Like, don't make excuses for guys. There have been times that I've received, like, without even talking to someone, like, you just matched, you know, based on physical appearance, and all of a sudden, like, the messages that come in are very kind of like cheeky and very like, you know, not even cheeky in a nice way, because cheeky can be nice. Cheeky, sleazy, like really just sleazy, like ew. Like, please shut up, I'm gonna vomit all over my phone. Like, if you don't shut up, please, I beg you. So, you know, don't make excuses for guys like that. You might make an excuse for him. You might have a go at him as well, because this is what normally girls do. They'll have a go at them. How can you speak to me like that? Like, what do you think this is? The guy, seeing that the girl has actually blocking and deleting him, he knows now this is a difficult road, but it's an accessible one. So don't make that mistake. If a guy speaks to you in a very indecent way, cut it out. Like, literally block, delete. That guy is not for you. I promise you, whatever you think, you can change about this guy. Whatever you think, oh, maybe you caught him on a bad day, a day he's feeling really in the mood, or, you know, and you just kind of got the shit of it. Whatever, do not, like, that guy is not for you. I promise you that. Block and delete. The minute you don't block and delete, you've now told this guy that he can continue to try with you, and it might not be as easy as he first thought, but it's doable. You don't want that. You never want to give a duck boy the notion that you are, you know, a challenge, but a doable challenge, because the minute they know that, I promise you, they will stop at nothing, and they will keep putting effort and trying hard. And the more, of course, the more they put effort, the more they try. What are you going to think? They love you. that actually they want to be with you, actually they want to marry you, and that is not the case. They just saw themselves in challenge. They're like, you know what, this girl, and I promise you, do you know what I've noticed as well? In duck boys don't like hoes. Duck boys like good girls. So even if you're, you know, like me, you may be perceived as a hoe, but deep down you know you're a good girl. Like, you know that. Duck boys will target you because they like that. It's almost as if, like, it's sick. Honestly, it's so sick and it's so twisted, but I promise you I've heard it from their own mouths. You know, from friends of friends of friends or whatever. I hear it. Like, they prefer these girls. They prefer girls that look innocent. They don't want a hoe. A hoe is not a challenge for them. You know, a hoe that gives up easily, that, you know, I'm not judging any girl, whatever, like, every girl does whatever. I'm just talking about girls that really don't care. Like, they literally do not care. Like, they open their legs and they know they open their legs and they're happy to open their legs and they're just really, they don't give a shit. Hopefully there's not many girls like that around, I would hope. Just for them, not even for anyone else, for them, for their own sake. But there are girls like that. They don't want like that. That you think that they want girls that are sexy and they've got very, like, all the sexuality is all on show and they're just very, very, like, they don't want that. They want a girl that thinks she's good, that still believes that she's good inside. They want that because they want to sit and they stick their knife in it and break her. That's a challenge to them. That is more exciting for them. So don't be that girl that doesn't block them. Honestly, you're literally setting yourself up for failure if you don't block and delete them there and then. The minute they disrespect you, if they speak to you in a way, they could not speak to you like that in front of someone else, in front of someone they respected, like their parents or their, you know, their brother or their sister or their, you know, aunt, uncle, whatever it is. If they could not say those words to you in front of someone else, a third party, that's when you should cut it off. Honestly, that's literally, I don't have really much else to say apart from that. Whilst do's and don'ts of the online dating. When to give your number out. Look, this is one of the most important things with guys is your instinct. Trust your instinct. You know, I would hope you know, you know if a guy is displaying anything of what I've just spoken about, anything from like red flags video, you know, anything that makes you just feel that dot bit uncomfortable, keep it on the app. Do not move to messaging. Do not move to phone numbers. Do not do it. Keep it on the app. If you just have to do it, just move it to like Instagram. Move it to Facebook. Do not give your number yet. You know, don't make that person feel that they're privileged enough to get your number like that. Unless, look, I'm not saying to you, there's no timeline. You could give your number to someone. I've given my number to someone, like literally within like 5-10 minutes of speaking to someone, because you could just tell. There are decent people that, you know, there's a real possibility that it could evolve into something, and there are people that aren't decent. Like my last fiance, I know he's a decent person. You know, you just had a feeling. You get your gut instinct. You follow your gut instinct. And your gut instinct is this guy's a decent person who is serious. You know, who actually is trying to get to know me for the right reasons. Give your number. That's it, really. I keep saying that's it, really. And whilst. That's when to give your number. Pictures. I'm sure lots of girls are guilty of this, including myself, but obviously not so early on. But you know, when you're in a relationship, you feel the need to send photos of yourself. I know guy friends who've gotten pictures sent of, you know, hijabis, sending them pictures, you know, in lingerie. Okay, I'm really not judging, okay, because I know when you're in the situation, when you're in a relationship, you know, shit happens. And if you believe that person is genuinely their intention is marriage, like, it's very easy to fall in that trap of like just, you know, baby steps, and eventually you're like so deep far in that you just like forgotten who you are and whatever it is. I'm not judging. I'm just saying be careful. What I'm talking about is girls that send pictures of themselves so early on and there's nothing there. I'm not saying it's okay to send it later. I'm just saying whatever you do not send it early. That's all I'm saying. Try not to send it at all. But whatever you do, please do yourself this one favour. If you are someone that sends photos, please don't do it early on. You know, when you're getting to know someone at that stage, do not do it. That does the exact same effect as some guy talking dirty to you and you taking it. When to decide to meet someone you don't have to spend that much thought process in meeting someone. I'll tell you why. For a first date I'm talking about. When you're deciding to move it from like, you know, app to meeting someone, obviously this meeting someone comes after you've already decided to move it to exchanging numbers. From there, it's not, I don't see any harm in actually you going out on your first date. Of course in a very respectful environment, you know, in a public place, you know, for dinner or coffee, whatever it is, in a public place. And of course if you get someone else there, that would be amazing as well. Preferably someone sitting like a cousin or whatever sitting far away, that would be great. Like not like third wheeling sitting on your date, because that's just awkward. The more you put yourself out there, the more you get to know new people, you meet new people, you get like, you know, you learn different experiences, you become more experienced in that, more experienced with humans, with interaction, you know, with picking up signs. You start to see, you're able to compare more guys to more guys and seeing, you know, what traits do you actually want for yourself, what traits you want to avoid. It just teaches you more about people. And of course, if a guy after the date is very, very keen, and even if you're not, the fact that that person is keen, what is that going to do to your self-esteem? It's going to make it like shoot up through the roof. And what's going to happen when your self-esteem shoots up through the roof? You are going to be not easy. You're not going to take bullshit anymore. You're not going to take crap from anyone. You are going to be, you know, you're going to value yourself to what you actually deserve to be valued. The great person, the great queen that you are, you're going to value yourself for that, to that amount. And of course when you do that, you will not give any time of day to these duck boys. The more that increases, the less time of day you will give to duck boys. So yeah, go meet one person randomly here, one person randomly here. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as it's just the first date. Obviously it gets a bit more complicated when you go second, third dates, because that's the danger of it turning into haram relationship, and you want to kind of like be careful with that. I'll try to do videos more about that and how to kind of keep relationships halal as possible. But for now, we're talking about the first date, getting to know people. There's nothing wrong with actually going on dates. If you've already made the step of giving your number, you don't have to hesitate a millionfold to go on the first date in a public place. That isn't, like, pretty much same level at that stage. What I would say don't go to, you know, dingy places, you know, cheap places, bad areas where they're out of your comfort zone. Like, kind of stick to areas like for me, I like, if I'm meeting someone for the first time, I'd like to meet in Central where it's so busy. I'd like to meet in malls like Westfield, not like a random shisha, you know, cafe at the end of like, I don't know what alleyway, like in the dark. Go to places where if people saw you, it could be you sitting with your colleague. It could be you sitting with your friend, a male friend. Don't go to places that it just looks like you're seeing a guy. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but it does. Trust me, it does. I just want to put a disclaimer out here. I'm not encouraging people to date. These videos are not there for people that do not consider, like, have never ever considered dating. If you've never considered dating and you're getting by with that, okay, that's honestly, do not. Continue as you are. These videos are for girls that are already considering dating or already have dated. This is what these videos are for. So don't want to hear about this. Oh, stop. Like, you know what? No. If you can find your man without dating, by all means do it. Some of us are not so blessed. Some of us have to go through the dating process and getting to know process. So this video is for those people, and these series of videos are for these girls. You know, the less perfect girls like us. Hijabbers. Or, I'm joking, we're not hijabbers. That's just a joke, by the way. Every time I say it, it's just a joke. That's my humour. If you get it, great. If you don't get it, tough. Like, that's just me. So, yeah. This is trying to make an unperfect way as perfect as possible. That's what we're trying to do. Anyway, let me know any other videos you want me to do in this series and other series, whatever it is. Drop them in the comments, and I'm appreciating and loving every single one of you guys' comments. Honestly, so grateful for all your comments. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.